Hi Pottery peeps, it's going on midnight. I need to unload this kiln and load it back up and fire it. I've got my bunny gnomes and then some other gnomes going in here that I need to fire tonight. And Sorcha over here just shut off. And so she'll get unloaded too. It's been a busy week of glazing. So what's in here though is pretty fun. I will link the video. I followed May Blossom Designs. I think I got it right. But I will have the video linked in the description and also her channel. She made these things, you know, like bird baths, but they're for bees. So I had to make a bunch. So I did. So go follow her tutorial on how to make them. But let's at least see the results, okay? Ooh, aren't those pretty? I got a couple of refires in here too. Let me just move. Well, I guess, actually, I think I have it better. Well, we'll keep it there. All right. Wow. So I did a lot of combos, and I'm really hoping I can remember what I did. All right, let's start with the Santas. Part of when I was cleaning stuff out, I found these Santas, and they were sitting on the shelf because I didn't like the glaze. I had done it in under glazes, and the red was too like plastic for me, too candy, was too orange. So I just did a coat of fire brick over that, and I don't know if it's showing up because the lighting's weird here because it's dark. I will take pictures and have them, but I just did one coat of fire brick over the red underglaze, which also had a coat of clear on it, but it's got some depth now, and he looks much, much better. And here's his little buddy. So I'm already ahead for Christmas. Woohoo! All right. So these are the flowers, and before I put up this video, I'll actually go get the stakes. I'm gonna put them in my flower beds outside. And so May, she puts, you know, like you put water in this and then the bees don't drown because it's very, very shallow and they got grippy things to climb their way out of and so forth. I think, but I'm calling them forever flowers for those that might have trouble keeping plants alive, because I think they could work great for shows, and also people could buy them for their inside plants and or pots outside or even their garden beds. All right, so what I did on this, I found an old, I've been reconstituting some of my old glazes, and this is the red is Spectrum Crimson, and then I did soft red on the outside. The inside is just a black underglaze with the yellow designer liner. I really like that. So I'm gonna go get stakes and get them to where I'm gonna show you what they look like out in the garden. All right, this one, what is this one? Oh, it's coyote? No? Okay, one of these, I believe is kimchi. It's gotta be this one, except for it's really pale. I don't usually see it that orange. I did put pearl white on it, and I put pearl white on this too, but it's the coyote, no, yeah, coyote pink ice, I think, on that one. I tell you, it gets late enough, you just get brain dead. This is mulberry as the base. And I think I just put the pearl white, but it's kind of interesting. It kind of went, lighting's awful, sorry guys. It kind of went like this silvery gray. It's not bad, I don't hate it. And then this one was Coyote's Sapphire, and I think it's just Coyote Sapphire. No, I think I mixed or did coats of Sapphire and Rainy Day, I think. If it's different than that, I will let you know. And then again, the black dots for designer liner, and I did marigold for the center. Boy, this kiln gets unloaded pretty quick. And then this is just a Christmas tree, because, you know, found that laying around too, and it's just holly green by Spectrum on that one. Better start thinking of Christmas, guys. So this one turned out really cool. I really like it. It's the Azurite by Mako. I think that's super cool, and it's kind of got a satin matte finish. Parts of it are glossy and parts aren't. And then on the texture, it broke beautifully. So I'm really happy with that one. This might be sapphire too. So maybe that other one was rainy day and this one's sapphire. And then I did snapdragon on the inside. Oh, am I getting too close? With the designer liner dots. Okay, I'm just gonna have to type in because I know I didn't do 3 of the same blue. And they're all a little bit different. So I'll have to see what I did there. Hopefully I can figure it out. This one, oh, that turned out super pretty. So it's mulberry in the middle, and then melon by Mako, and then marigold on the edge. And then in the center I did black underglaze with the yellow designer liner. I like that one. Look at that. Yeah, these are gonna, I will take pictures so you can see them better. This is kimchi and autumn purple. So I don't know what that other one over there is. Huh. I guess I'm gonna have to see how many notes I took. Don't think I took very many, but all the glazes are still out on the table, so hopefully I'll figure it out. And then in the center, I did the black dots, but I don't see any yellow. But the kimchi could have covered it up maybe. Anyway, it's pretty. Oh, and then I got a rogue gnome here. Gotta get a drink. I'm just parched. It's so hot here today. Okay, so to me this looks kind of like a hibiscus flower. And so my thought process is to see if I can get him, glue him on there, because he looks kind of like the, whatever that doohickey thing is called in the middle of a hibiscus. Anyway, I plan to do that too. So, I'm going to load this up, fire it. For you, it'll be a few seconds and I will show you the results. For me, it'll be 18 hours to 24. So we will see you soon. Okay, we're ready to open up Willow. This didn't cool down last night until about 2 a.m. and by 2 a.m. I was toast. So I waited until today, which is Sunday, so the video is a little late getting out. But that also worked in your guys' favor because Sorcha, that's right here, was mostly Tess's stuff. I had a few things. I would say 85% is Tess's stuff, and she had a great kiln opening. Savannah and Sandy's stuff. And so Tess went ahead and filmed it for her channel. So I will put the link for her channel. You guys go over there and watch her amazing results. She's been killing it. It's just, I'm so thrilled that my daughters, I always knew they were talented. I mean, they just have it oozing out of their pores. And what she's been able to do in pretty much a short amount of time, both of them, well, Mickey's had more. She got into this during COVID. It's interesting that when I tried to get them to do it when they were teenagers, nope, you know, whatever mom did wasn't cool. But apparently, it's cool now. So, and it also affords Tess, because she's got 3 little kids, to make a little extra money and also get away from the little kids during nap time. That's why she's nap time potter, to refresh, you know. I mean, moms, it's the hardest job in the world raising kids, and you really need to take care of your mental health and get away from those kids. Kids are transient. They only with you for 18 years, and you still need to maintain who you are. So any of those of you that are younger, remember that. That was some of the best advice I got raising kids, because I did 10 years of daycare while I raised kids. So I was really done being around kids when I quit doing daycare. But to know that you still, a lot of women don't know who they are when the kids leave home, because they put everything that they have into raising their kids. You need to have an outside interest, you know. Let dad take those kids, you know. And Ben is Tess's husband, and I could not ask for a better son-in-law. He's stellar, just stellar, and such a great dad. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get into this kiln, because I'm super excited. These are the gnomes. Yay! This was a cone 5, and I only did a 5-minute hold. I've been finding out that if I do too long of a hold, I usually do 15-minute hold on my big kiln, which is a Skutt. Let me see if I can read this. I'll put in there what it is. I don't have my glasses on. I can't read that fine print. But doing a longer hold on the little kiln actually jumps it up into cone 6, cone 7 territory. So I've only been doing a 5-minute hold, and whew, looks like looks like their beards ran. Well, get a little grinding on them. I do have advancer shelves. Oh, that won't be bad. So here's one of the bunnies that didn't get done. And on these bunnies, okay, the beards are all pearl white by Spectrum. And then this one is Snapdragon on the flowers, marigold for the center, Snapdragon here. I did clear over his hat with a sandbow underglaze transfer. And in his feet and his nose is Briar Rose by Clayscapes. It's a Celadon. I love this color for the nose. And then I left the rest of him raw. He's just the speckled clay, speckled bee mix. And so his ears, you know, there's no glaze covering him except for on the inside. Anyway, he is cute. Even though, you know, his beard ran a little bit. And this guy's beard ran a little bit too. Ooh, I got some plucking on him. Sometimes, yeah, even though these advancer shelves do release really easy, sometimes that happens. So with this one, Savannah, we were glazing all last week, and I was complaining. I love making these things. I hate glazing them because they take so dang long. Anyway, she wanted to glaze this one, so I let her glaze it. And I do believe she did Stroke and Coat Lizard for the leaf hat. This is Holly Green for these leaves. And she did these mainly in Stroke and Coat. So I'm not sure. This looks like Pinkaboo on Stroke and Coat. I'm not sure on that. We've got on the Ladybug Tuxedo and Ruby Red Slippers. Again, the nose was Briar Rose and Pearl White. It looks like it ran over on his backside. And I think it's leather. Yes, Mako's leather on its backside. That's a good combo. Isn't it cute? These are just so, I love making them, like I said, but glazing them, they technically are not, they take, the last one I'm going to show you is her, and I'll tell you how many hours I spent glazing her. So I did put him up on stilts because there just wasn't a clean way to, you know, put him down on the shelf. So this is his body. He's glazed is Winter Woods, 1 coat, and then 1 coat of birch over the Winter Woods. I didn't have honey flux, otherwise I would have done honey flux, but the birch actually made those crystals kind of run a little bit, so that I wanted the look of fur, you know. His tail is just a white underglaze with no glaze on it. Again, nose and paws are the Briar Rose. holly green for his hat, again the tuxedo, and ruby slippers for the ladybug. And then the blue, I think it's Coyote's sapphire, and then marigold for the center. And he's cute too. Oh my goodness, he's cute. I really like those leaf hats. All right, let's go ahead and get you. I did, oh, he slid off the, okay. This is just underglaze on the bottom, but slid off the thing, so I'll have to clean that up. So this is the one I did in the video, and she turned out really sweet. I do have these tree underglazes, or underglaze transfers. I did turquoise. No, I did Aqua by Amico on this, and it does have a clear glaze over it. And after I did the underglaze, I put the transfer on. I found with the bisque, if you're doing underglaze transfers with the bisque, get your clay wet. If I paint an underglaze, that's going to get my clay wet, and then it's easier to transfer the transfer. Either that, or I would literally put your piece in water and put the underglaze transfer on while it's damp, and then just let it dry overnight to finish the glazing. That would be my advice, because they just go on so much better. Her hair is Coyote red gold. Didn't that turn out sweet? And then this is also, she's the one that I did B-mix for the body, and then everything else is speckled. It worked out. So for the hat, it's the Opulence Grape. I really like that. It's kind of a satin matte. And then I did the grape in the flowers. I did pear Amico so it was grape and pear for the flowers. And then the centers were the grape and marigold. No, pear. Yes, I did pear. I just, transferred them. This was wasabi, holly green. And then the butterfly, I did 2 coats of Amico's Fire and Ice. And I really like that. And I didn't have to spend too much time painting the butterfly with all the detail. And so that's a winner. That underglaze on texture is a winner. All right, these are testers. I've got some mugs that I've done with these medallions, and so these are testers. This is holly green, and I only did 1 coat of the holly green. I wanted to see, because sometimes I will get texture that fills in with holly green. So 1 coat of the holly green. This is the turquoise, and then clear over it. I kind of like this looks magical and frosty to me. So I don't know what we're gonna do with those mugs I have. And then I've got a couple of test tiles. I'll have to put a picture in of this one. Lighting's really bad. I have a jar that has no label. It had gotten wet at some point and the label came off. I had no idea what Glazes is, and it's a full jar. Look at my surprise to see this gorgeous color. And so I'm gonna do some research online. It's either, I think it's a Coyote or a Laguna, because it's looks like they're jars. But then again, it could be Mako and Spectrum too. So I'm gonna see if I can't find this color, and because that's really pretty. And then this one, I just wanted to test the bronze Temaku by, I believe, Mako. Wanted to see what it looked like. Oh, and this little guy. Oh, let's bring you back. She lost her flower, so I just went ahead and glazed her flower because I knocked it, putting her in the kiln. She got knocked and I lost the flower. So there is a certain way it goes. And so then I will epoxy it, tape it in place overnight, and it'll be, no one will ever know. All right. I'm in love with this girl. I made her after the video that I did for the other little girl. And Tess's wedding, she had this ring of leaves and flowers for her for her wedding. If I can remember what it's actually called, I'll put it in. And she even asked me, she goes, "Is that for me? Because it looks like my wedding." No, sorry, Tess. I don't know if I can give her up. Mainly because I have so much time invested in her. It probably took me an hour and a half or more to make her because of all her hair. I just kind of went overboard on her hair, and then also doing the ring of flowers. Oh, let's go ahead and get to the glazes. I believe this is avocado, speedball under glaze, and then clear on top. And I did one of the transfers. I did do the designer liner in green to give her, you know, somewhat of a color. Her hair is that red gold, which I absolutely love. It gets so much depth and variation in this. And I just think it's just gorgeous for hair. It's good for pumpkins too. And then on her flower ring, holly green is the leaves. I did bougainvillea for this flower. I did the grape opulence for this flower. I did the briar rose for this flower. Let's see, this flower. Okay, so opulence, bougainvillea, spectrum. This one is the briar rose and clayscapes. Is that the only three? Oh, and then the I did the sapphire blue for the forget-me-nots, and then the centers are all done in the marigold. On the forget-me-nots, I did put in some little black dots because forget-me-nots have little black dots too with the designer liner. All right, I like her. All right, now that I'm all glowy, I'm all sweating here, I'm gonna let you go. I will take pictures and post them at the end so you can see, but I love having this small tester kiln to do batches like this. Like with the flowers, I was afraid they were gonna tip over and hit student pieces and that kind of thing. So having them all in here, and plus it's a much faster firing, even though I'm probably was 24 hours for fire till I can get into it, to where it's at least 48 hours for Sorcha. I think she's I still can't remember what she is. She's your standard, I guess. Maybe I can read yeah, she's a 1027. So that's the size Sorcha and Babmorda are. And then Willow is a firebox by Skutt. And so I think it's 9 by 9 by 9? No. Anyway, if you are in the need of a tester kiln, it's not sponsored, of course. Paid for this with my own money. I paid for it with my Christmas money for all my sales at Christmas. And it's just been so wonderful to be able to do certain glazes really quick, or certain special pieces that I need to do without having to get Sorcha completely full. Anyway, that's it for me. I'm gonna go take some pictures and cool off. Today's gonna be another scorcher. I tell you, summers in Utah are the hardest season for me to get through. Bring on the snow. I love the snow. Man, I'd love it right now. Whew. Anyway, so, and we have not had rain in 4 weeks. Yeah. All right, and if we get rain, it'll come in the form of a lightning storm, which will also bring us wildfires. Yeah, gotta love that. Anyway, go get muddy, and I'll catch you in the next video.